Hey, what's up guys? Weekly Light here, and today I'm going to be covering the Spidaur and Pit People. So the Spidaur has choices of helmets and legs. The legs do not affect stats, but the helmets do, and each one varies the stats slightly. So all of them will have a mounting badge, a web badge, a snare badge, a 33% poison defense badge, a 33% ice weakness badge, and if they're not the hero, 3 steps and 5 hearts, which is about 100 health. And if it's the hero, 4 steps and 5.5 hearts, which is about 110 health. It has the same health numbers as the mushroom. When it has no helmet, it has 65% weight, 9 damage, low defense, and a low dodge chance. And when it becomes the hero, its weight goes down to 50, its damage goes up to 10, its defense goes up, and its dodge stays fairly low. With a light helmet, its weight stays the same, its damage goes down to 8, its defense goes up, but it loses all of its dodge chance. When it becomes the hero, its damage goes down to 9, its defense goes up significantly, and it still has no dodge chance. With a medium helmet, its weight goes up to 90%, its damage goes down to 7, its defense goes up significantly, and when it becomes the hero, its damage goes up to 9, and its defense goes very high. It also gains a sword resistance, but a mallet weakness. With the heaviest helmet, the Spidaur's attack is 7 and has very high defense, and when it becomes the hero, it has 8 attack and a very high defense also. It still maintains the sword resistance and the mallet weakness though. No matter what helmet you put on the Spidaur, it will never become overweight. Defensively, the Spidaur is a very good option due to its high health pool and its poison resistance. Ice isn't too common, but it still hurts it a lot. Offensively, it's not too shabby either. Its damage can go up to 10. And it has a kick attack where it does about half the damage there, but it hits twice, so the sum is equal to about the damage listed on the card. Each melee attack has a 42% chance to snare, which prevents enemies from moving in the next turn. Mascots, humans, and cupcakes can mount the Spidaur if the Spidaur does not move on its turn, by simply selecting to move to where the Spidaur is currently standing. They will become immune to melee attacks, but are still weak to AoE and arrows. This effectively increases the health pool of the said mounting entity, but it does limit the movement of the Spidaur by lowering its movement by 1 step. If an archer is mounted on a Spidaur, it will not experience the arrow penalty that it gets for moving if the Spidaur moves, because it is still considered stationary on top of the Spidaur. If the Spidaur is 1 tile away from either a wall or another Spidaur, then it will create a web between it, which is actually a blockade that acts as any other object in the game, so effectively closing off routes. This can be utilized to either close off choke points or to protect weak targets or ranged targets. When running the Spidaur, I would highly recommend running the heaviest helmet because it gives you a massive amount of defense and only costs 2 attack damage. I probably wouldn't say make this guy the hero because it's fairly tanky as is, and the damage boost is only 1 more damage. 1 more step is helpful, but I think you're better off making your hero something more important. The Spidaur is definitely filling the role of a tank / support, as it can help close off routes and it can help block attacks. A cupcake on top of a Spidaur is about 3 times as tanky as just a normal cupcake just sitting there. And they can no longer just run up to the cupcake and destroy it, because then the Spidaur will just kick back. They, however, do encourage your enemy to use AoE attacks on you, and it could hurt double if a pixie or something were to use an attack on your Spidaur, because it would also hit the mounted target. One thing I did notice about the Spidaur though is if you use Auto Battler, it will almost never mount your Spidaur, and making it not reach its full potential that it could in the match. I would say if you're running cupcakes, it's actually a pretty good idea to pair it with a Spidaur. You can think of it as instead of two separate troops, you can think of it as one whole entity that would take up the same space as a hair troll, but instead it's a healing unit that can also deal damage and is fairly tanky. So I would recommend running these two units together. I would not recommend running a mascot with the Spidaur though. Even though the mascot does buff the Spidaur, it also explodes on top of the Spidaur if it dies to some like missed shot or something, which could actually take out more troops than you'd like. Archers on Spidaur are in a weird spot because archers are ranged but Spidaur are melee, and you don't want anything to get near to your archers, but you don't want anything to be far away from your Spidaur. So either way, it's not really a win-win because you can't maximize the efficiency. Unless there's a weak enemy right next to your archer and a stronger enemy far away from your archer, then it could work, but I feel like you can't get the best of both worlds at the same time if you paired the two. But the double arrows and being able to move is very nice though. And one last thing, I think with the newest update, I don't know if it's come out for Xbox One yet or not, but I think it's definitely out for PC. Spidaurs can now serve the role as the recruiter, so it makes them even more valuable, because now if you have one enemy left, you can now throw a spider web as if you had the recruiter net. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Thank you.